What if the thing that's holding you back isn't a lack of intelligence, but your intelligence itself? Have you ever spent hours thinking about a decision, replaying conversations in your head, planning your future over and over again, yet somehow never taking the first step? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And ironically, it happens most often to people who think deeply, people who see possibilities others don't, people who want to make the right decision, people who are smart. Today, we're going to talk about why smart people overthink and how it quietly steals years from their lives. A small personal story. Before we begin, there's something I want to tell you. This is the very first video on this channel. And honestly, I've been thinking about starting this channel for a very long time. For months, I had ideas, topics, plans, notes. I kept telling myself, I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start when everything looks perfect. I'll start when I know enough. But that day never came. Because the truth is, readiness is often an illusion. And one day I realized something. The channel wasn't being stopped by a lack of knowledge, it was being stopped by overthinking. So today, instead of waiting for the perfect moment, I decided to begin. And maybe there's something in your life you've been postponing too. A project, a goal, a conversation, a dream. If so, I hope this video gives you the push to take the first step. The hidden curse of intelligence. Imagine two people standing at a crossroads. One sees two paths, the other sees 20. The first person chooses quickly. The second person starts analyzing. What if I choose wrong? What if the other path is better? What if I regret this later? And while they're still thinking, life keeps moving. This is one of the hidden costs of intelligence. The ability to see more possibilities often creates more hesitation. The smarter you are, the easier it becomes to imagine every possible outcome, good and bad. Your mind becomes a machine that never stops calculating. Why your brain does this? Your brain is designed to keep you safe, not successful, not confident, safe. Whenever you're about to do something unfamiliar, your brain starts looking for danger. What if people judge me? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if it doesn't work? The brain thinks it's protecting you, but often it's preventing growth because growth almost always requires uncertainty. The trap of analysis paralysis. In psychology, we call this analysis paralysis. It's when thinking becomes so excessive that action stops completely. You spend so much time trying to make the perfect decision that you end up making no decision at all. And here's the painful part. Most people don't realize it's happening. They think they're being productive. They think they're preparing. They think they're planning. But sometimes planning is just procrastination wearing a smarter outfit. The problem with waiting. Many people believe confidence comes before action, but life doesn't work that way. Think about riding a bicycle. Could you learn by reading about it for years? No. At some point, you have to get on the bike. You wobble, you fall, you learn, and eventually you ride. Confidence isn't built through thinking, it's built through experience. The lesson I learned. Starting this channel taught me something. The goal isn't to eliminate fear. The goal is to move despite fear. If I waited until I felt completely ready, this video wouldn't exist. And maybe the thing you've been postponing wouldn't exist either. The book, the business, the gym membership, the YouTube channel, the career change, the conversation you've been avoiding. Sometimes the hardest step isn't the second step, it's the first one. Action creates clarity. Most people think clarity leads us towards action, but in reality, it's often action gives us clarity. You don't become certain and then act. You act and become certain. Every successful person you admire started before they had all the answers, because waiting for perfect certainty is a game nobody wins. If you're someone who overthinks, remember this. The biggest mistakes in life are not always the actions you took. Sometimes they're the actions you never took, the opportunities you never pursued, the dreams you never started, the risks you never took. Not because you weren't capable, but because you spent too much time waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the perfect moment, and the perfect moment never arrived. So let this be your reminder. Start before you're ready. Take the first step. You can figure out the rest along the way. If you've watched all the way to this point, thank you, genuinely. This is the very first video on this channel, and the fact that you stayed until the end means more than you know. If this video helped you, comment below. I took the first step. I'd love to read your comments. And if you believe in this journey, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. We're going to explore psychology, neuroscience, human behavior, and self-improvement together. This is only the beginning. Thank you for being here from the start, and I'll see you in the next video.